88 Portal, the book is out. Get your copy now. Go order it right now. Go to Amazon. By the way, go to Amazon, get the Kindle version, 99 cents. Let's rev it up. Let's jump the algorithm. Put this book in your universe, in your mind, in your superconscious, in your higher mind.
All right, you heard it from him directly. He became a fan favorite on ABC's The Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise, but now Eric Bigger is sharing a more personal side of his story. The celebrity fitness coach has a new book out now called Spiritual Fitness, The Eric Bigger Method. And you heard from him. It is out starting today. You can go get your copies. Joining us now, Eric Bigger himself. Good to see you, Eric.
Hey. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hey, we're happy to have you on. Hey, we heard that you're from the Maryland area. So the DMV
Yes, Baltimore.
region. There we go. Okay, not too far away. So we're happy to have you talk about this new book. Before we get to the new book, obviously a lot of people know you from The Bachelorette, right? And Rachel Lindsay's season in particular, also Bachelor in Paradise. How's life been for you post-Bachelor?
Life's been great since spiritual fitness has come into my life. Now that I have love in my life, that's really the the good token of spiritual fitness. I lost myself, but I found myself through going through a dark night of the soul, climbing mountains and finding love post the book launch. And I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm nervous because the book is out today, but life is good and the book is out and I'm happy to be here. So shouts out to Bachelor Nation. We will have a cruise later this year. And so it is.
Yeah, I mean, you've been part of the Bachelor franchise for quite some time now. People probably know you from a couple of shows. And, you have been a fan favorite. People really enjoy, watching you to be a part of the Bachelor. As you're aware, I'm sure the Bachelor's been through some challenging times this year in particular, especially with canceling Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette just days before it was set to premiere. Where do you think the franchise goes from here?
Well, I think the real question is what's the real intention? And I think the real thing is get back to the basics, the authenticity of the franchise, of the show. And it all started in love, people falling in love, people finding romance, being deeply intimate and open and vulnerable. And I think if they bring more of that to the fan base and to the audience, I think people will fall in love even more because that's what it was built off of: authenticity, intimacy, and vulnerability. I mean, that's what it did for me. It changed and healed parts of me in those times I was on the show.
All right. So you said it was a healing process for you just being on the show.
Yeah, because you go through such a deep, intimate journey with self because you spend so much time with the other guys. I was on TV for 10 weeks. I was vulnerable. I had my family involved. I mean, I traveled to 6 countries. It was uncomfortable and vulnerable, but also grew and, I got my miracle of finding, parts of myself on that season as well. So I'm very thankful and have gratitude for the franchise, the people and the cast, the producers. It was a beautiful experience for me. It was healing. It was therapy. And I'm thankful for that process.
I love that you say that because there's so many parts of it for those that have seen The Bachelor that we don't get to see, right? Kind of those inner reflection moments. And then, yes, you're connecting with other contestants on the show and then your own evolution, right? That's all part of the journey, it sounds like, and kind of coming to your best self. When it comes to the show, though, do you think that the franchise can come back from this moment?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to come back. I mean, I'm still attached to the franchise. I mean, we're going on the cruise, the Bachelor vacation at sea. I think sometimes we have slow periods. We go through cycles. And in those cycles, we have challenges, changes, and then there comes metamorphosis, and there comes transformation, and then evolution comes again, and then you back on the mountaintop. So they're just in a phase of, I feel like, rebooting, recalibrating, and renewing the spirit of the franchise and the show. And I think, yeah, it's comeback season. It's miracle season.
It's miracle
People
season.
will know.
Yeah, hey, and you're known for saying that it's miracle season.
Yeah.
Speaking of, miracle season, right? Your new book is out. It's called
Yes.
Spiritual Fitness. Can you let us know what that means? How do you define spiritual fitness?
So spiritual fitness in a short synopsis is the natural expression of the human vessel being its most authentic self through movement, intentionality, breath work, affirmations, and prayer. And over time, you do it a bunch of times, you become spiritually fit and you become aware of your soul's purpose. You have more awareness. more capacity to receive, and you get to tap into who you really are, not who you think you should be. And in the time of being on the show, I played the character. I was myself, but then that paradigm of life had to die to become this character, the more authentic version, which is spiritual fitness. And it all serves a purpose, but spiritual fitness is the natural human expression of your vessel, of your divine truth, of your soul truth, for your highest good to tap into your soul through movement and set intentions through that movement.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is the practical element of all of this? Obviously, you're a fitness coach. So what does that look like in practice?
So in practice, if you were a client of mine, and say we were on Zoom, because a lot of it is online, a lot of people, when they come into my energy, they're going through a transition, right? So whatever your problems, your pain points or challenges are, we'll talk about it, and then we set an intention on where you want to move to, right? From that intention, we move the body for 45 minutes. From movement, we go into breath work, affirmations, prayer. So in the process of the movement, based on the attention, so many things are happening. You're getting synchronicities, downloads, intuition is spot on. You're having greater awareness of self, and then things are changing inside of yourself. Spiritual fitness is more internal journey of the soul becoming fit, so the external world will change over time. You'll release weight, your life will change, you will feel better, and you will be empowered. It's an experience to change your vessel, but more importantly, improve your frequency and your awareness to become your best self. So we don't just go to the gym to look good. We want to feel good, we want to be good, we want to think good, and we want to speak good. And then it's all good because you're spiritually fit. And that's the medicine that everybody has inside of them. And I'm allowing people to choose themselves again, to remember, to tap into their power, their certainty, their trust of knowing that they're more than enough without any external environment. But we must do the work. We must tune in, tap in, and be dialed in to the truth that we are, so we can have a more authentic expression through spiritual fitness. And movement, part of spiritual fitness, just a byproduct to hijack you to train your consciousness to a higher level of thinking and being and doing. And so it is.
It sounds like you're saying it's a lot more than maybe that end goal, that there's a certain mindset that you need to have through this transformation.
Yeah, it's a mindset. Your life changes, your body changes, of course, but I think the main thing is life change, frequency change, for you to feel better and really know your calling and why you're here. Because after a while, prior to spiritual fitness, it was a miracle season. It was the Bachelorette. I had accomplished so much in life. All my dreams came true. I was fulfilled. I was making money, but I didn't feel good deep inside after it all kind of, went down. Here's the thing. We love excitement, but once the excitement dies off, we have to commit. But I had nothing to commit to once I got all the rewards and all the success. And by the way, I didn't even have love. I had no one to share it with. So it was like, what was it all for if I wasn't feeling good inside of myself, even though it looked good? So the main thing is for you to feel good again about you for you and not you for the world. And I think most of us are programmed and conditioned to live for what the world wants and not what our soul wants. So I'm teaching and giving you the opportunity to tap into what your soul wants and what your life needs from you, through you, as you.
You said that you've gone through a tough season the last few years. What about that season inspired you to move forward with this book?
Well, I think in 2023, in 2023 was probably the most challenging part of my life. I was in a very dark space. I was having an identity crisis, ego death, dark night of the soul. And I had to find myself. Nothing made sense. Nothing I was doing was working. The relationships I had wasn't in alignment. My dad at the time was in and out of the hospital. I was going through a crisis inside. And all I had was the gym and prayer. All I had was fitness and God. And over time, those things kind of built my self-esteem again, my confidence, my favor. And then also I was going through a reset in business, like, brand deals and TV shows. It slowed down. It's like, how am I going to make money? How am I going to progress in this world? So I had the intention to make my business online for spiritual fitness. I took one client, magic and miracles happened, took on another client. The next thing you know, off to the races. And then I met another client who became my book publisher, Deepika Sandhu. She's the founder of Soul Sparks Press. She said, Eric, you should write a book. I said, if you publish it, I'll write it. And so that's when that dream of writing this book began. And that was 2024. And now we're here, August 8th, 2026, and the book is out. Thoughts become things. And sometimes in life, you got to go through the challenges and changes to become more. So all the pain, all the suffering, I transmuted it to light. And now I'm here giving it back to the universe and those who can receive it. And I want all people to know that it doesn't matter where you are right now or how you're feeling. You can get over anything. You got to have the faith and you got to know that you have what it takes. And that's what I do. I build people up and I let them know that you have the power, you have the strength. And spiritual fitness is just an easy way to hold space for people who are in transition, who want to get to the other side of life, beyond the success, beyond the money, beyond the fame, because that's cool. I feel like that's ego success, but soul success and soul consciousness is creation and collaboration and not comparison and competition.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate you being open and sharing your story because so many people go through, challenging seasons, and it's so easy, when you're going through a tough time to get stuck in that moment. What was that switch for you that allowed you to move forward and, continue on that road to success?
Well, the big switch was my dad. My dad was in the hospital. He was in and out of the hospital, and I thought he was going to transition, to be honest. And I remember calling my sister, Brittany, and this was 2023, rushing my dad to the hospital. He could barely breathe. All I had was prayer. Like, I prayed. I got on a flight that night. I went home. He came home in 2 days. I was in Baltimore for like a week. I had to go to South of France for a speaking engagement. I get another call. My dad's back in the hospital. And I prayed again. So at that point, even though I was in my ego of losing my identity, going through the things I was going through in relationships and partnerships and friendships, my dad about to leave this earth. I'm like, nah, it's not happening. And I feel like my dad awakened that part of me to be in this paradigm of spiritual fitness. And also, I'm talking about that in the book. It's the prayer chapter, how prayer saved my life and saved his life and saved our life. And so they say sometimes the way to get to the Father, you got to go through the Son. So I feel like his challenge changed me because I wasn't allowing my dad to not be here. And because of prayer, it's activated all of this. And my prayers have become profound. I pray before workshops. I pray before auditions, classes, everything. But it's not a religious thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's connected to my higher self, my soul. And I'm just thankful because I've seen how things change because of that, because I pray with certainty. But my dad almost leaving this earth shifted all that for me. I just didn't care anymore about anything in the material. Like, my dad is leaving, we're not having that. And so prayer saved that. Spiritual fitness.
Yeah, I mean, living embodiment and example of the power of prayer, and it sounds like that's what you include in your book. And you've also been very, open and vulnerable about your, mental health, the importance of having good mental health. Why do you think that's important for all people, but especially for men in particular, to be more vulnerable?
I think it's important because as men, speaking from my experience, we carry a lot of shame and guilt unconsciously about life. We're programmed and told that we gotta provide, protect, take care of things, but we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not taking care of our inner well-being, our inner thoughts, because we don't feel safe. And I feel like when the world doesn't feel safe, it's because men don't feel safe. So women don't feel safe and kids don't feel safe. So the biggest thing is to tap into your mind, your power, and also tap into your heart. And I think a lot of times we live from the mind, which is ego and confusion. But when you drop into that heart, and also breath work is another chapter in the book, when you drop into your heart and you live from your heart coherence and you're more grounded, you're more present, you're more available for life. You're more available for your emotions. You're more available for your challenges, and you're witnessing them. You're not judging them. But we just need to create a space and bandwidth in the world where people can be who they naturally are and not feel judged, right? And I think fear is beneath that and judgment. And this is why people are afraid to open up and be vulnerable, because we are judged, we are exploited. Look at all the reality shows out there, It's a lot of exploitation of our pain for people to make money off of it. And people don't feel safe. And I know I'm chosen to speak on this because I know what it's like to be challenged, especially being visible, where you got to always show up and you might not feel the call in your body to, but you have to. So I know I'm chosen to share my life, to let others know if you're feeling off or you're feeling down, it's okay. It's okay. You're loved for who you are right now. You're more than enough. But some of us don't know that because we don't hear it. We don't have the support around, or we don't feel comfortable opening up. And sometimes all people need to know is that they're enough. And some people just need a hug, and they need somebody holding space for them in hard times. They don't need no solutions. They just need a space holder. And that's what I do in my programs in spiritual fitness. That's what I do with people in all walks of life. No matter where you are, I'm available because I get it. I can relate.
Now, where can people find more information about your book and about you as a fitness coach?
Well, you can go to Amazon right now, get the book, Spiritual Fitness. You can get the Kindle, the paperback, the hard copy, get a bunch for your family and friends. But also, you can go to my website, www.ericbigger.com/work with me. Sign up. We can have an intentions call, work together. And more importantly, you can follow me on social at Eric Bigger. Tap into my nature of life and just all of it. Yeah, I want people to build rapport with who I am, not because of how I look or what I've done or who I know. I'm from Baltimore. Remember that. I'm from Baltimore. I've been in LA 15 years, but I've seen a lot in life to know that we all are going through different things, but we all have pain, we all have challenges, and we all need someone to make us feel safe in those tough moments. And with spiritual fitness, this is going to change the fitness industry because it's tapping into your soul consciousness, your higher conscious, and it's going to get you back into your body and not so much in your mind and not so much on these phones. But with that being said, follow me at Eric Bigger, get the website, and you can email me too, ebiggerinquiries@gmail.com. And I'm open to questions, anything that people might have going on, I'm available. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great. And you also mentioned earlier, though, you're not done with the franchise. People might still be able to see you on The Bachelor.
Yeah, I'm not done. I mean, I might be hosting a show. Who knows, right?
Come on, give
Maybe it's
us
a
the tea,
relationship show,
Eric.
and
Give us the
I'm a
tea.
host, right? You just never know what the universe have
Yeah.
in store. But it's always miracle season. It's now spiritual fitness, and people, anybody, everybody, love yourself unconditionally. You're worthy and you're more than enough. Things don't always work out, but things always work out. Just keep the faith, have trust, and build the certainty, and connect with me. Let's come get spiritually fit all together. And Fox 5 DC, thank you so much. I'm sending my love to DMV, Hampton University, everybody in Baltimore. I love y'all. Y'all made me who I am today. So thank you.
Oh, we appreciate it. We're glad to have you on. I mean, it sounds like it's fair to say you're still looking for love, perhaps?
No, I
No.
have love.
Oh,
I'm highly in love. You didn't ask that question.
oh, there we go. Okay,
By
that's
the
good
way,
to
my
know.
my partner's right here, but she's off camera.
Oh,
But I love her so much.
congrats. Hey,
So
the
if someone's
fans, I'm
holding
sure, are going
space
to be
for
happy
me,
to hear that.
yeah, so I'm really thankful. She's powerful and she's creative. She's amazing. Just go look her up, Annabelle Viscarda.
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats to both of you. So if we see you on
Great.
there, it's
Thank you.
not because you're looking for love. You found it. And congrats
Yes, I
on
did.
your success and your book as well.
Well, take care. Thank you.
All right,
Sending
Eric
love.
Bigger. We'll be back with more coverage right after break.